That lines us up perfectly for the next fight, man. Rodolfo Vieira versus Andre Petroski. Interesting matchup. I was like, man, why would you put these two dudes together? Because they're twins in not the way that I think you're expecting me to tee this up here, AJ. The first thing that I thought about when I saw this matchup was you put the two guys with like the worst gas tanks in the division together, and somebody is going to have a worse gas tank than the other, right? Like, you respect it, but we know Vieira, even though he's been able to push through, you get him tired, all that grappling goes out the window. We saw it with Chris Curtis. That was like the best example. If he can't get the takedown, he'll keep shooting, but at the end of the day, we only got so much cardio. Petroski, I can't trust the gas tank past like a round and like a quarter, AJ. No disrespect, because the man is active and he's winning. But I just see he gets so tired. So in a war of attrition between these two, what goes out the window first, man? Like, who's at an advantage if this goes to war of attrition?
I think I have to go with Vieira on that one, Derek. At least as of late, we've seen him be able to control his gas tank a little bit better than we've seen Petroski. Because I'm with you, and with the style that Petroski has, he's aggression and he's pressure all day long, and that just drains his gas tank consistently. The only benefit he has going for them is Vieira is able to, when he has pressure against him, he gets overwhelmed. Right, he does not handle pressure well. And then that's when he starts draining his own gas tank. So, yeah, I mean, the gas tank issue right here, I mean, I have it for both of them. They need to be very worried about it. But if Vieira is able to not be put on the back foot, not worry about the pressure, just actually get a takedown, control it from there, I think he has the better outcome going for this one.
I think so too, but I mean, I don't know, man. When this fight opened, minus 210 for Vieira, plus 175 comeback for Petroski, he's ballooned up, minus 280, plus 230 for Petroski. Is Vieira, given what we just talked about with the gas tanks, in what world do they say minus 280? Yeah, line it up. That's a fair price. Is this fair to you?
No, not at all, man. Somebody did, or Petroski did somebody dirty over in the odds makers, because I don't understand why it's that way. I think this fight is a lot closer. Should be like a minus 150-ish type area right here, plus 120 comeback, whatever the other odd would be. I mean, it's interesting to see. I mean, Vieira is, I guess, more of a well-tested name. We've seen him fight higher-level opponents, so that maybe that's where it's coming from. But I think this fight should be a lot closer.
Another interesting note that you want to take into consideration is that Vieira, all 5 victories in the UFC by submission. If you're looking on the other hand for Petroski, man, 4-0 in decisions in the UFC. So it's like, man, like Vieira, you got to get him out of there, bro. You know what I mean? Because who knows what happens if it goes to a decision. Clearly, they're on the side of Petroski right there. But that's the other thing, too, man. 2 losses from Petroski, both KO. I mean, one doesn't really count. That Jacob Malkoun KO'd himself, knocked himself out on his hip. But the Michel Paeta one, I mean, he did get him out of there for that one. So this is just the one other piece that I wanted to take into consideration. You have a wrestler in Petroski, a submission grappler, too. Don't get me wrong. You're not just a wrestler. Vieira, black belt hunter, bro. 8-time jiu-jitsu world champion. What else do we have to say? We know this dude is phenomenal. Probably more than 8 times, actually. But the point that I have is this. Grappling negated. I actually think, and we've seen it, I think Vieira is going to do better on the feet, man. I think he has a better jab, crisper boxing. It's just a matter of, like I said, who gets tired first. Do you agree, or do you think Petroski has something for him on the feet?
No, I do. I agree with you. Derek Vieira's grappling, as much as it is fundamental, he's become a lot more smooth with it, a lot less robotic going in there. He can have some 1s and 2s put together and look smooth, and then that's what leads to the takedown. I see that being his best option to win right here.
Yeah, and he's referring to the striking, not the grappling on that one. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that this is going to be an interesting matchup. I don't like that they're pitted against each other, but I do like to see that there's going to be a little bit of movement in this division right here. So the consensus play, again, Rodolfo Vieira, the black belt hunter right here, and the final play on that one, because again, I do not like minus 280 for the price right here. What are we rocking with, man? You got 2 options here. We could rock with a totals, which over 2.5 is even, bet 100, win 100, under 2.5 at minus 130, and the odds makers like that under. So what do you like?
Ooh, at 2.5, I like the under, Derek. With gas tank issues right here, I know we were just saying too, right? The unders are not hitting. This might be the one on the card that does, especially because they both know their gas tanks struggle. They got to get the fight done. If Vieira can get a submission, I mean, we're looking at plus 150, so I do like that as well. But I like the under even more, just in case you're not willing to bet one or the other fighter.
Man, I want it so bad, but the matchup like this, something tells me that's when weirdness happens. Something about it makes me really like that plus 135. Fight goes the distance. Doesn't matter who wins, just a sloppy, nasty, no gas tank type of fight. It happens, like a heavyweight fight at middleweight, you know what I mean? But that's the play right there, folks. Rock with it, drop it in, and show us the bet sheets once you've done it. All right, man, last one.